Hey guys, PokeTrips here, and today I will be discussing potential first round picks in the PDA. Before that, however, there is something that I need to change. There's been a team rebranding that happened here in the PDA. The previous owner of the Arizona Houndooms has decided to opt out of the PDA, so instead we have a new coach and a new team, and the coach will be keeping the Arizona Houndooms picks in the draft. The new team is the Chicago White Sox. Now that we have that out of the way, on to the video. There are 15 Pokemon that I believe could go in the first round of the draft. Well, there are more than 15, but today I will be going over 15 of the Pokemon that I believe could go in the first round of the draft. Now, these are purely opinion and speculation, and none of these may get picked in the first round. The first Pokemon is Aegislash. Aegislash is a Ghost and Steel-type Pokemon that has two forms, the Sword and Shield forms. This is one of its strong suits. Its stats differ based on what form it is in. It is very versatile and can be either an offensive or defensive mon. It also has the ability to use Shadow Sneak, a stab priority move, and will usually move first, which is usually nice. Next up, we have Blaziken. Blaziken is a very nice mon and a bit broken at times. It has a great attack stat and a workable speed stat, with an amazing ability of Speed Boost, raising its speed after every turn. When it Mega Evolves, it can get even more of a speed and attack boost, as well as some minor stat boosts. However, it doesn't need to Mega Evolve at all to be a competitively viable mon. All in all, Blaziken is a sweeper. Next up, Celesteela. Celesteela is a crazy new Ultra Beast, and, just as a note here, remember that only one Legendary is allowed to be drafted per team. Now, Celesteela has the crazy ability to boost any stat after it picks up a kill, depending on how you build its set. You could throw on Atomize and make it a special attacker that boosts its special attack after each kill and get a nice sweeper. Or you could throw on Sub and Leech Seed and have a nice Stolly. It's just a very nice mon, it's up to you how you use it, and it's just a great pick overall. Now, Dragonite is up next. Dragonite is a very good Pokemon and always has been. It has been for a very long time, and that doesn't look to change, even with more viable fairy types popping up. Basically, I can sum up Dragonite in a couple of words for you. Dragon Dance and Outrage. Dragonite can sweep teams that don't have a fairy present if he gets a Dragon Dance set. He also has a very nice ability in Multiscale, in which this allows him to take less damage when his HP is full. Extradrill, aside from having a very nice design and being a very nice typing, has some other uses competitively. This Ground and Steel type has a nice ability, Mold Breaker, which pretty much means he is the Mimikyu counter. He has a decent speed stat and a very nice attack. He can also spin away and set hazards, so that's always awesome. Garchomp is Garchomp. He always has been good, and, as it seems now, always will be one of the top tier mons. He has an electric immunity, which allows you to play mind games with your opponent on whether you're going to switch into Chomp or not, and that always leads to one side overplaying with a bad switch or bad move. You can also slap a Choice Scarf on Garchomp, allowing him to outspeed tons of mons, while using Earthquake with his great attack stat. This makes him a very nice sweeper. Greninja is a crazy mon, even with Ash Greninja being banned in this format. It has a really nice speed, but that's not the reason why it's so good. Greninja has the ability of Protein. This allows it to change into the type of whatever move it uses. This, along with a very nice move pool, factors into Greninja being a great mon in this format. Landorus is a Pokemon that always has had a place competitively. The Therian form has a great ability in Intimidate, allowing him to switch in very nicely into things such as Garchomp. It can also set rocks and get some lucky flinches with Rock Slide, so that's amazing. It also has some decent base stats, and can outspeed some mid-tier fast things and hit very hard. Metagross. Metagross is insane. It has amazing attack and defenses. It can also not be affected by stat changes if you give it the ability Clear Body. It has great moves, and when it Mega Evolves, it gets a huge speed boost, and just becomes an offensive super beast. Mewtwo is obviously a great Pokemon. He is the original legendary, and almost everybody knows who Mewtwo is. Mewtwo does have Megas, but those are banned in this league. However, to be competitively viable, Mewtwo doesn't need Megas. He has great stats and a great move pool, and just a quick note, I believe the stats shown on screen are Mega Mewtwo wise, so my mistake. Although regular Mewtwo still has some great stats. Mimikyu is a new Pokemon loved by many, and it's a beast competitively. It has a great typing, that being Ghost and Fairy type. It has good speed and attack and a decent move pool. The thing that really sets it apart though is its unique ability. Mimikyu has the ability to Disguise, allowing it to have a built-in substitute, but you can look more into that on my first video, Selfless Promotion. That video is Competitive Files Mimikyu. Tapu Koko is the guardian of the first island in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and is a very nice option for a fairy type on your team. It can set a terrain which won't be overwritten by much. The only things that can override it can be other terrain setters. It is quick and has great type coverage, and can also be a physical or special attacker, or even both. Another Tapu has made its way on this list, being Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is pretty much broken. It has amazing special attack and special defense, and it can set terrains. It can take hits and has a variety of moves. It has good enough speed to outspeed mid-tier speed things, which is very nice. Pretty much, Tapu Lele is broken. Tyranitar can hit hard and take hits. It has an amazing move pool. While it doesn't have the best speed, you can slap a Choice Scarf on it if you really want. And it can have very nice speed and be a potential sweeper, or you can make it defensive and have it as a tank to switch in and have some offensive pressure. Lastly, we have Venusaur. Venusaur is probably the most reliable tank, even more so when it pops its Mega. It gets thick fat, making fire basically neutral against it. Venusaur is just an amazing tank with some good specially offensive stats. Well, I hope that if you are in the PDA, this gave you some ideas on what to draft, and if not, this helped you with your own league. I hope you enjoyed, and this is PokeTrips, logging off.